CNN has several teams in the Philippines right now. Let's get the latest situation from senior international correspondent Nick Paton Walsh. He joins us live from Tacloban. Nick, how are you? How is the situation there? And do the people know that help is getting closer?
I think they've been promised many things, but just take a look behind me. That is Tacloban, and if you need to understand how shattered that is as a society, it's pitch black at night. No electricity, limited water, limited food, people trying to survive in the very shells of buildings that remain, burning the trash they have when you go through. We went through before dusk when it was still light. There was a truck giving out food to people, large queues blocking the road in some parts, people desperate to get hold of that food. And one key issue too that's been persisting day by day, corpses still along the side of the road. The government says these are fresh bodies brought out every day and they do go through and clean them up. We haven't seen much evidence of that, and we have seen similar looking bodies constantly there. I did see today one truck beginning that clean-up process. It's a key issue though, because it's about hygiene, it's about the ability of people here to evade disease in the coming days. It does consistently still rain, and even though the US help arriving will ameliorate the situation here, this is certainly, I think it's fair to say, the worst hit town as far as we can tell after Storm Yolanda. They need the Philippine government to sweep in. They have the people here, the resources, the reach. I've seen some towns where the response has been quite effective. Palo, for example, the mayor there said she even handed out food before the storm to make the aftermath easier to deal with, and she buried the bodies in the first 48 hours, all 800 of them in her one town alone. But it's the inability for this city here, the population centre, to respond effectively, really fair to say, even now on day 6 after the storm here, that's causing much of the anger here, Maggie.
Nick, what is the situation with security? I know that has been a concern. What's the status now?
In truth, it's hard to give you an accurate gauge on security, full stop. I mean, we hear constant fears of things. I've heard rumours, unsubstantiated, anything from sexual assault towards the fact that rebels may have been on one of the highways we drove along yesterday, shooting civilians simply for food, once police officers seem to speculate. But that's causing a climate of insecurity. It's causing people to be even more concerned. Remember, they've lost lives, many of them here, relatives. They've lost their livelihoods too, and on top of that, they're fearing for their own safety. But the military have moved in, and one thing you can say about the government here, they have sent troops, they have sent police, and they have put checkpoints up. It's not creating a climate of universal safety by any means, and as the situation deteriorates here in terms of health, of course the fear of criminality will come along with that too. Basically, Maggie, we can't say how safe it is down in that particular town. There's no accurate gauge of that, but we can tell you people are certainly concerned about lawlessness. Maggie?
And Nick, you hit on a really important point, and that is also the lack of information, which plays such an important and sort of destabilizing role at this time. Nick Paton Walsh for us there in Tacloban. Thank you so much.